Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Teacher Kelly here, and today I'm going to talk about my screen setup. How do I set up my screen? I only have the one screen, and a lot of people ask questions. How do you set up and use things like Cam Twist or Minicam or OBS or any of the many different programs that you can use? So stay tuned.
Okay, so this is how I set up my screen when I'm in my classroom. Now I use Cam Twist, so your screens might do something a little bit different, but over here I have my Cam Twist screen. I have it about this size, and I actually don't use this one really all that much because I have hotkeys set up on my screen. And so I usually just use my hotkeys. But every now and then, as you could see right here, I use Snowfall. So having it open like this allows me to click on the screen and then click Snowfall, and then I have Snowfall. So that if we're talking about winter, or what do you see? I see snow. What color is the snow? Depending on what lesson I'm doing. And then I can easily just click that right back off. Sometimes I have more effects here, or I'll add objects onto the screen, but right now I do not. So I keep this one off to the side over here. Here in the middle, I have my lesson props, my digital lesson props, but again, I also use my 2D and 3D props. Today we were talking about in the box. So I grabbed my bird and said, where is the bird? In the box, in front of the box, under the box, because we were doing prepositions for level 4. But I also had up the digital slides. And here we were doing some words. I don't always, as you've seen in previous videos, use every single slide. But if they're struggling with vocabulary, having a picture or a quick video, GIF, can help with that. So I keep this here. It does pop up on the screen when I click on it like this, but in the real classroom, I will show you one for tomorrow so that you can see that when I click on it, it does cover the screen just a little, but it's just for a brief second. And I can click on it and then click right back and it'll still stay up there on the screen. The same thing over here. It'll temporarily block, this is my reward, and it will temporarily block, but again, for just a brief moment. And then I can click right back off of it. So this is how I have it set up. My camera is right there above the screen that you can't see. I'm right here, and then the slides are right here. Now, in my last class, I was also moved to the old classroom because she was having some tech issues. And this allows me, by not having anything over here, this allows me to move this so that I can still, even in the old classroom, line up myself and my student underneath my camera. Yes, I do have, they'll see me look off, but I try to look at them most of the time if I can. So this is my screen setup. This is pretty much it. I do have my feedback open. I used to leave it right here at the very back so that if there was a no-show that I could click on it. But I keep it over here, and I can easily, if there's a no-show, drag it over here, and then I make it smaller so that I can still see the student's window. But you could, like I used to keep it over here so that I could still click on it in between classes and type any notes I might need to type or add anything else. Or if it's in between class real quick, then I can type, click over here, copy and paste it, and be done. So this is my screen setup. If you have any questions about my screen setup, please let me know down below. Or if you would like me to do a video on how I do cam twist in the classroom? Oh, one more thing. You're probably wondering, do I leave up this preview window? I do. I do know a lot of teachers do not leave up the preview window. But let me tell you what. I used to close it. Because, I mean, I'm up here underneath the camera. Why do I need it two places? If it's annoying you, clearly don't have it up. I like it because when I click on it, I have it always on top. I have that option chosen. And so I click on it to do my hotkeys because I have to activate Cam Twist before I can do my hotkeys. If I leave this open and I click on it, it pops up all the time. But this one, because it's small and down here, it doesn't. Yes, I can make this smaller. Just like that, and do the same thing. Except now, if I have any of the effects, then I have to scroll through. I don't like to scroll through. I get tired of scrolling. So I like to have that a little taller to show all of my effects, which again isn't very much today. And then the other thing, reason why I leave it up is for the younger students. I sometimes show these pictures. You've seen it before in my videos. If they're struggling to tell me what they did that day, then I'll show them a picture. Did you ride a bike today? But here's the thing. When I held it up to the camera, I can no longer see my camera. I can no longer see my screen because it's right underneath my camera. I could cut these out and hold them up, which I'm thinking of doing. But with my preview camera, then I can see it down there at the same time I'm showing it up here. You can't see that because I keep covering up the camera. But that's what I do. It allows me to still see what I'm putting in the screen. So if I say, candy, candy, my hand might be covering up my picture up here. But down here where my preview is, I can easily see where I'm showing the candy. So that's the reason why I leave up the preview camera. Again, you don't have to. This is how I use one screen.
Thank you for watching today. If you have a suggestion on how I can set up my screen, leave a comment down below. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you next week.